In example 1 of section 9.1, we're looking at how to write a rule to describe a translation. So our directions tell us they want us to write a rule to describe the translation. Over here to the right in the coordinate plane, we're given two triangles. We're given the first triangle here in black, which is triangle XYZ. And then we're given a second triangle here in blue that's triangle X prime, Y prime, Z prime. So in this particular figure, the first thing you need to recognize is that this triangle that's here in black, that this triangle XYZ that does not have any of the primes, this is what we would call our pre-image. And our pre-image is the original image that has been located in the coordinate plane. This triangle that's here in blue, which is X prime, Y prime, Z prime, this is what we're going to refer to as our image. And it's the same triangle that's our pre-image, but it's just been moved either left and right or up and down. Now, when we talk about this thing called a rule, all we're doing is we're telling how this figure that's here in black slid in the coordinate plane to make it to where it's at here, which is in blue. Okay, so all you have to do in this particular problem is you need to take one of your points, such as y and y prime, or your set of points x and x prime, or your points z and z prime, and you need to see how you moved from the pre-image point to its corresponding image point. Now, I'm just going to use this movement here from y to y prime. And so when we look at this, if we're going from our pre-image, which is our original image, to the y prime point here on our image, you'll notice that in order to go from y to y prime, we have either an up and down movement or we have a left and right movement. So in this particular problem, I had to go up 2 units. So I'm going to consider that as like a change in y of +2. Now, in order to go and make it all the way over to the y prime, we had to go across to our left this way. And I'm going to consider that as my change in x. And that's going to be, it looks like if we went to the left here, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to call that a -4. Now, one thing to note is when you have a change in x, that's going to represent either a right to left movement. So when you go right, that's going to be a positive change. And when you go left, that's going to be negative. Now, when you have a change in y, that's typically going to be our up and down movement. So we have up and down. The up is going to be our positive and the down is going to be our negative. So in this example, when we went here on up for y, okay, this was from y to y prime, we had to go up, and that, since we're talking about up, that's going to be a change in y, and I called that a +2 since I did go up. And then since I went to the left, then that's going to be our change in x, which is going to be a -4. So in this rule that we're going to write here for this translation, we're going to say that we went 4 units left and we went 2 units up. And that would be our rule for this particular translation that you see.